Hey guys, Chaos here. So in today's video I'm going to be going over the new Leeway character that just got revealed a few days ago on Twitter. Her name is Shenhe. She's coming in the next update 2.4. She's an Ice Polearm user, and in this video I'm going to be going over all the materials you're going to need first. And then I'll be going over all her abilities and talents and stuff if you don't know already what she does. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe and join this beautiful Discord server we have right here. We got a bunch of fun stuff. We got memes, we got copium, just a bunch of cool stuff. We got some character mats that everyone likes. You know, if you ever need to look at what you need really quick, this character mat's over here. I got YouTube notifications if you ever want to know when I'm streaming or when I upload a video and you don't get a notification. This is the place to be, and there's also announcements about the channel and some cool other stuff, like we got an event right now. We got a Blessing of the Vulcan Moon giveaway. You're going to have to be level 5 in the server to win it, and winner will be picked at 750 subs, so make sure to join the Discord server, and yeah, we're just going to get right into the stuff. We got Shenhe materials right here. I'm going to open this in another tab, just so you guys can see it well. Okay, so Shenhe materials. First of all, you're going to need 419 Heroes Wits, as always, and you're also going to need 7,043,400 Mora. Now, bear in mind that these materials are if you're going to level 90 triple crown the character, so you may need less, but you know, you could just, if you really want to just maximize the resources you have just to make sure you can get the amount you want, you could do this, or you could do some calculations and see how much you actually need. But this is the stuff for level 90 triple crown. And then you're also going to need ice crystals. Of course, she's an ice crystal, so I wouldn't farm these right now because there is a new boss that you're going to have to farm in the new region. So I would not farm the Regisvine or anyone right now. I mean, if you do have some of the, I think it's called Dust of Azoth, you get it from the shop. You can trade your Star Glitter or Stardust, whatever they're called, for some dust that lets you switch elements on these crystals. You can do that, but I would not advise farming these, as that would just be a waste of resin, because you're going to have to fight this new boss. It's going to be like a dragon thing. This looks like a dragon fin, but you're basically going to have to farm that new boss in the new region. So make sure to save some fragile resin so you'll be able to farm that boss immediately as it releases, because Shenhe will be the first banner of 2.4. Next, you're going to need 36 of some of the green or gray nectar, 96 of the green ones, and 129 of the blue ones. You should have a lot of these by now if you've been playing a lot, but Whopper flowers are everywhere, so you should be able to get a good amount of them before the update. Next, you're going to need Jingxin. I don't know how to say that flower's name, but I think it's called like Chisin or something. These are the flowers, I think, for Ganyu and Xiao. So if you're getting those characters who are also being released in the next update, you're gonna have to farm a lot of these. And by a lot, I mean a lot, like maybe like 500 or something if you're planning to get all those characters. So make sure to go and start grabbing them now. They are in the game. They're not a new resource. So make sure to start grabbing them. Then next, you're going to need the Books of Prosperities. You're going to need 9 of the green ones, 63 of the blue ones, and 114 of the purple ones, aka the gold ones. So make sure to start farming these. You're going to have to farm these. They spawn 3 times a week in the talent domains, so it is going to be time gated how much you can get. So make sure to start farming those as soon as you can. And then finally, you're going to need 18 of the Senora material and 3 crowns. That is if you want to triple crown or go higher than talent level 6. Next, we're going to go over what she actually does. So this is her little card. This is what she looks like. If you haven't already seen the tweet that you did. Here are her stats. She has pretty good base attack, because she does scale with attack, and she also has the attack percent stat, which is good. And her normal attacks, they have okay scaling. They're like decent, but they're nothing special. So Shenhe is not going to be the greatest of main DPSs if that is what you're looking for. So just keep that in mind, just some food for thought. Next, we got her elemental skill, Spring Spirit Summoning. So what this ability does is basically when you tap it, it's like Xiao's E. You rush forward and you deal cryo damage, and then when you hold it, it plops down a talisman on the floor, or a talisman spirit, and it does AoE cryo damage. Now, when you do these, when normal attacks and plunging attacks, elemental skills, and elemental bursts deal cryo damage to opponents, the damage dealt is increased based on Shenhe's current attack. So basically, when you plop your E, you're going to get, I believe, either 5 or 7 stacks, depending on which one you do, press or hold. So basically, it gives you some pretty good scaling, 76.75% of attack, as you see at level 10. But the problem is with this is you have to do ice attacks, and Shenhe does not infuse herself with ice. So if you do want to DPS Shenhe, you're going to have to use the other exorcist, Chongyun, because he turns your auto attacks into ice damage. So you're going to have to do that if you do want to do her as a DPS. But Shenhe's main role is going to be a support that buffs cryo and just applies cryo as much as you need. As you can see, the damage is pretty okay. It's not anything special. The cooldown on the press is 10 seconds and the hold is 15 seconds. That makes sense as you do get more stacks. But if it was up to me, I would be doing the tap because 5 is a lot more than getting 2 for an extra 5 seconds of cooldown. Next, we got the Divine Maiden's Deliverance. Unleashes the power of the Talisman Spirit, allowing it to roam free in this plane, dealing AoE cryo damage, so that's just going to be a big slash. And then the Talisman Spirit will create a field that decreases cryo res and physical res of opponents within it, and it'll also periodically deal cryo damage to all opponents within the field. So it's basically like a Kazuha burst, except it's only for cryo and physical, and the decrease is at maximum level 15. And the damage is 181, and we got some damage over time. The energy cost is 80, which is pretty steep. 20-second cooldown, and duration is 12 seconds. Now, I don't know how I feel about this ability. Unless if they buff this, this is basically just a worse version of Kazuha's Burst. That's basically what it is. It doesn't do the resistant shred for all elements. It's only cryo and physical. And the damage isn't as good as it doesn't scale with elemental mastery as Kazuha's one does. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for a good DPS, again, Shenhe will not be a great choice. In the update, we are going to get 4 banners. Yes, 4. We're going to get Shenhe, Zhongli, Xiao, and Ganyu. So if you do want a good DPS, there's Xiao and Ganyu for you to choose from. But if you also do want to support, there's Zhongli and Shenhe to choose from as well. We got some more talents over here. We got passive talents. She gains 25% more rewards when doing an expedition. That takes longer than 20 hours. That's cool. I like that more than the decreased time. An active character within a field created by her burst gains 10% cryo damage. Again, more buffs, but it's not really anything special. After Shenhe uses Spring Spirit Summoning, she will grant all nearby party members the following effects. If you tap her E, elemental skill and elemental burst damage increased by 50% for 10 seconds, and this is for other characters and Shenhe as well. Keep that in mind. So you get a nice 50% more damage, and then the hold is, if you hold her E, you get normal, charged, and plunging attack damage increased by 15% but for 15 seconds. When either effect is active, activating either effect will refresh the already active effect's duration. So if you're doing the hold one, if you're currently doing the hold one, and then you do the tap, it's going to change it to the tap. And if you do the hold, and then you do the hold again, it's just going to increase the duration of the hold. So again, more buffs, but not anything too special, you know. She does buff a bunch of normal attack stuff with her E and also her passives, but again, if we don't see, I mean, Shenhe's information just released a couple days ago, so there's probably going to be changes, but if Shenhe doesn't change, the likeliness of her being a good DPS will be very low. but her supporting capabilities are going to be pretty decent. She's basically going to be a 5-star Rosaria with some a little bit more buffs, without the crit rate stuff. Now going into constellations, if you do end up wailing on this banner, getting really lucky, we got Spring Spirit Summoning, can be used one more time, so that's another charge for her E. Her burst, Divine Maiden's Deliverance, lasts for 6 seconds longer, so that's cooler. And active characters within skills field deal 50% increased cryo crit damage, so that's fine. It's not as good as Kujo-Sara's C6, which gives you 60% crit damage for electro attacks, but you know, it's okay. We got some more stuff for her E. We got 3 more talents, and then when characters under the effect of Icy Quill, so that is the buff that increases your normal attack damage based on her attack, are applied by Shenhe, trigger its damage bonus effects, Shenhe will gain a Sky Frost Mantra stack. So this is a whole new system for Shenhe. This is like a whole new, basically, ability for her. When Shenhe uses Spring Spirit Summoning, she will consume all stacks of her mantra, and then increasing the damage of that Spring Spirit Summoning by 5% for each stack consumed, max 50 stacks, and lasts for 60 seconds. So this will actually make her burst really good, and you know, it's a pretty good constellation if you do want to utilize her burst for good damage, so keep that in mind. We got 3 more talents for her burst. And then, when characters trigger Icy Quill's effect using normal charge attack damage, no Icy Quill stacks will be used up. So basically, the Icy Quill stack 5 to 7 maximum amount will just be removed, and you have infinite. Now, in my opinion, this should be Shenhe's just C0 base passive. I don't think this should be locked behind a C6. Maybe, like, Shenhe has a bunch of stuff that looks like it was planned for her, but then was just put into constellations, which makes her, you know, a decent character rather than a great one. So hopefully some of these constellations do end up making it into her C0 kit, or at least lower constellations, because they are basically what make her good as a DPS or a sub DPS or whatever you want to use her as. Right now, Shenhe is trying to do a lot of things with her kit, but not very great things. So think about it what you want to. Here's her name card. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically Shenhe's kit. It's okay, not anything too special. In my opinion, I'm not gonna roll on her because she doesn't look that interesting. She basically just looks like a 5-star Rosaria. But if you do end up liking the lore of the character, the looks of the character, the voice actor, the story, feel free to wish on her. At the end, I'm just describing her kit. The final decision is always up to you on whether you want to wish for the character or not. But in my opinion, Shenhe is a okay character, not anything too special, not a new Ganyu, not a new Xiao, not a new Hu Tao, but just another good support for your characters. So if you guys did end up enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe, join the Discord server for you can look at mats, the giveaway right here, and a bunch of other cool stuff. But yeah, I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.